Bitcoin might be the king of the overall crypto markets, but over the next few years, the AI sector in crypto is going to far outperform the gains you can get by simply holding Bitcoin. So a well-balanced portfolio moving forward is important. In this video, I want to go over the few AI coins I am targeting to hold throughout this time period. The short-term time period won't show you this, but over the course of the next few years, AI is going to grow at such a rate, and especially in crypto, the things we're seeing happening with the top projects right now, I think it is undoubted that you will see far better returns from your AI altcoin portfolio than you will see from multiples perspectives by just holding Bitcoin. So I'm going to go over the top AI coins in this video. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. And as always, guys, be sure if you are new to the channel, if you watch every video, be sure to like the video down below. It helps us get this video in front of more crypto bulls, AI altcoin fans, just like yourself. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more updates every single weekday, every single week. Let's go ahead and dive right into the video, guys. If you want to check out our sponsors down below in the description, you can do so. The Blowfin trading competition does end soon. You can still compete for $100,000. That link is down below in the description. Let's go ahead and dive right into the video. Obviously, the market's looking pretty good. We are seeing a little bit of chop on Bitcoin. Earlier this morning, we fell below that 80K level, which looked a little scary, but we did reclaim $80,000, which is good in the short term. When we look across the board, we still have Bittensor up 17% on the month. We have Near Protocol up 24% on the week, I believe it was. Near Protocol, yeah, 24% on the weekly time frame. So we are seeing certain altcoins perform very well. And what do those two have in common? Well, they are AI altcoins. And that is what we are going to be talking about in today's video, because Michael Turpin, one of the OGs in the crypto space, very good investor long term, he says he believes that AI tokens will outperform Bitcoin over the next 3 years. Now, I want to give a couple caveats. So the intro to this video, when I said you'll get better returns potentially from AI altcoins, the right AI altcoins over the next few years rather than Bitcoin, I'm talking on a specific ROI perspective. Nothing is better than Bitcoin in the entire crypto sector. I want to make that extremely, extremely clear. But yes, from an ROI perspective, I think there is a basket of tokens that you can hold and really outperform what you can do with just Bitcoin. And then you see here, I'm not going to play the audio on the video, but he did go ahead and mention he believes AI altcoins are going to outperform Bitcoin over the next 3 years. And he mentions specifically Venice and 𝗬, which are two tokens we've obviously been covering and accumulating quite a lot on this channel. Turpin hasn't been in the game forever, and he sees decentralized intelligence led by Bitcoin as the next major rotation. When a macro voice like this starts to point out that 𝗬 is an alpha play in the AI sector, the whole market takes notice. Huge respect to Altcoin Daily for surfacing this, and of course to Turpin for his long-term conviction. So I do think we're going to go into some sort of what you could call an AI altcoin cycle over the next few years. We're seeing it play out in the traditional space. And also, like, if you just look, let's just look at like Venice, for example. You can see between like ChatGPT, Anthropic, Claude, Grok, Mistral AI, Manus AI, Perplexity, the valuations, the users. I mean, it's actually super impressive what's happening with Venice right now. They have 9 million visits monthly, $640 million market cap, which is now outdated. This thing is more around what at this point in time? We're looking at a $737 million market cap. They're actually like not far off from some of these smaller players, which is just really impressive in general to see a native decentralized AI protocol doing these numbers. It's actually fantastic to see. And of course, you guys know the top two tokens that I love in this market in the AI sector is 𝗬 and VVV. And I know a lot of people got scared away a few weeks ago, or about, over a month ago at this point. Time just flies by in crypto, especially when the market's doing well. Like, time just gets away from you. But the subnet that a lot of people were invested in at that time was 𝗕𝗟𝗀𝗙. Well, they actually rebranded into Teutonic. And their model that was praised by Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, they're now trading, instead of a 72 billion parameter, they're trading an 80 billion parameter model. So the beauty of Bittensor is, even if a founder leaves the ecosystem, the subnet, the technology stays. He didn't run away with the project and say, hey, we're going to go ahead and bring this to, Web 2 or whatever the case is. He left the ecosystem. The tech stays, the subnet stays. And with their new update with conviction, subnet owners now have to lock up their tokens to be able to show their loyalty and their longevity towards their products, which I absolutely love. And I mean, when you look across the board at the subnet sector in Bittensor, the developments have been fantastic. Stuff like Score, Synth, Bitcast, we have Resi, we have Shoots, Ridges, even the new one, Teutonic. Like, they are pushing so much updates across. I just think it's such a bullish thing after what a lot of people treated as a catastrophe on the network. We're seeing a lot of resilience and just so many quality projects building underneath Bittensor Tau. I will say it again. I say it a lot. This is the Y Combinator of AI crypto, and I think it is a must hold in any given portfolio. If you are looking to spread your bags around between the AI, privacy, perp decks, Bitcoin, maybe a major L1 like a Ethereum or a Solana, I think that Bittensor holds a spot that you absolutely need to have in your portfolio. It's more than 2.5x off of all-time highs, or right around 2.5x off of all-time highs. I would not be surprised to see $1,000 per token whenever it comes to Bittensor Tau over the course of maybe even by the end of 2026, but definitely whenever we do see Bitcoin hit new all-time highs. The next one we're going to talk about is Venice. I made a video yesterday about Venice and why I think it still has upside based on the market cap, but I want to go back. I posted a video about 3 weeks ago that I found the fastest growing AI altcoin in crypto. And, Venice wasn't new at the time. I'm not taking credit for finding Venice. I would never say that. But I said I took the VVV pill and it's paid off quicker than expected. The comment says this video is 2 weeks old. 2 weeks ago, Venice was trading at $8. Right now, it sells for $15. This guy was right. And I just saw the writing on the wall with how fast. Look at this chart. When you look at this chart from the beginning of 2026, something clicked. The switch clicked for either the BD team or the liquidity, whatever the case is. The amount of exposure and the price action on this token this year is absolutely phenomenal. So I saw this, right around this time period, around $8, as he was mentioning, right around here. And I was mentioning, I think that this can go up from it had 10x'd from the bottom at that point in time. I thought it could still go higher. It's doubled since we got in. It's at a $741 million market cap, still undervalued versus all the other major AI coins. And like I said, they're comparative to a lot of these major, either private or about to go public AI companies as far as users and their FDV. We also see just growth. This chart alone shows me that Venice is not done as far as price action. Another record day for Venice's subscription buyback, bigger than the one that I flagged a few days ago. There's been about 3.2K of Venice bought and burned, all from new pro signups. There's been about 1,400 new subs in 24 hours, which is $31,000 in new revenue. So this is massive, and this all plays into the burns. We have seen a total of $587 million burnt from people subscribing to pro or using their credit. So this is fantastic. The buy and burn mechanism, 42% of the original supply has already been burned. So this thing is extremely deflationary. And with numbers like we're seeing with this growth, that burn rate just going to continue to compound. And eventually there's going to be some sort of a supply shock on this coin. This is getting a lot of listings. Recently, we've seen it get listed on other exchanges. This morning, we saw crypto.com and Upbit, one of Korea's biggest exchanges. But also, you can look underneath this. If you're scared to get in on Venice after this run, I'm not going to fault you, even though I think it can still double again from here. I think $20 in the short term is absolutely realistic. We're probably going to see some resistance around 20, 24, 28, etc. But I wouldn't be surprised to see this reprice at about $1.5 billion. That's still double from here. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm not telling you to chase this pump because I understand this is a hard chart to say I'm just going to get in right now and hope for the best. But based on market cap perspectives, when you see it versus other AI coins, I think it does have growth still left in it. But this was an interesting tweet. The trenches are pumping every possible version of VVV beta. And I'm not looking at VVV beta as in competitors. I'm looking at the VVV ecosystem. And there's a couple coins right now that are very interesting. Number one is Dolphin, which is the pod token. This one, they use 100% of their revenue, not 90 like Hyperliquid. 100% of their revenue they are using to buy back this token. No value leakage. The token is the only alignment unit. This is massive. I absolutely love this. I think this is going to be a great flywheel, and especially if we see the VVV token continue to grow, you're going to see these, ecosystem plays like Dolphin continue to gain traction. And then CyberRen, we did see a pullback this morning a little bit on Venice. This is pulling back. This is a $3 million token, very high risk. I would honestly not recommend going crazy on this token, but a lot of the original links here link the VVV team to this. It's a $3 million market cap. It's high risk, but could potentially be high reward if we continue to see the Venice token continue to ascend. So that's it for the Venice ecosystem. But then looking over at Near Protocol, I get a lot of questions all the time. Hustle, why are you still bullish on Near Protocol? They might not be the most front-facing project out there as far as AI. Obviously, more people talk about 𝗬, more people talk about Venice. But if you look at, what's going on under the hood, this is Near Protocol's official account. Venice has generated over 2 million registered users and 8.8 million visits. Its verifiable private interface runs on Near AI. So this is massive because we are really bullish on Venice because of the fact that it's AI and privacy. Well, that privacy layer, a lot of it is powered because of Near AI. And then we see Arthur Hayes, who's bullish on 𝗬, bullish on Hype, bullish on Venice. We also see him coming through the door. His next essay and his newsletters will be on the thesis as to why the privacy narrative combined with Near intents will create a positive cash flow situation for the protocol. So he's bullish on Near Protocol. I am as well. And if you listen to the co-founder, Near actually the intents, which is what he's talking about, which is going to be that cash flow positive mechanism. It connects 30 plus chains. Near.com is the consumer surface. Ironclaw is the AI marketplace. Privacy doesn't sell. Functionality that's private sells. That's the shift. Like Venice, for example, that's functionality, an AI LLM trained on all these different models with all the latest from Grok, Claude, etc., all baked into one with a privacy layer. That's what they're mentioning here. So yes, I'm still very bullish on Near Protocol. And you can see the liquidity is not slowing down. And the one thing I love about Near Protocol is it's fully diluted. So there's no investor tokens in the background to be unlocked. The fully diluted market cap matches the market cap. So for new investors on this channel, that means that there is no private sales or anything like that to come and hit the market later. Let's just say like IPO shares. Those are all vested, all in the market. And it's up 25% this week. So clearly whenever AI catches a bid, when Bitcoin catches a bid, this thing has potential to get very, very hot. And then last but not least, I do like Render, but right now, this is probably my least favorite AI play of all the majors. Probably 𝗬, Venice, and then Near would be my rankings. And then if you want to play the ecosystem game, obviously you can play the subnets on Bittensor. I think that's a very good proposition. You can see some of these subnets are up 500% this month, 300%. 325, 200%, etc. But if you're looking in the Venice ecosystem, you can play some of these beta plays like Dolphin or CyberRen, etc. And then with Near, you just stick with the main token and roll with that. But that's what I'm looking at in the AI sector right now. I think that there's such an opportunity. It's not really a hot take to say that these AI alts will outperform something like Bitcoin over the next few years, but I think that sounds so polarizing on the surface. I think that the right AI alts will carry your portfolio over the next few years, combined with stuff like a Zcash or a Hyperliquid, etc. I think that's the perfect stack to roll into this next phase of crypto and the next phase of the bull market for your portfolio. So guys, like the video down below if you enjoy the content on the channel, and of course, subscribe for more. I will see you guys on the next video. As always, trade responsibly, my friends, and of course, stay bullish, my friends.